Please bow your heads as we pray. Dear Heavenly Father, Lord, we thank you just for bringing us all together for this joyous occasion, God. And I just ask that as we go through the hustle and bustle of this weekend and are happy and just so excited, Lord, that you help us not to forget the reason that we came to this specific institution, Lord, just to make man whole, God. And as we go forth and serve in our different regions of this country, God, may you help us to remember that with every patient that we encounter. We thank you and we love you. In your son, Jesus' name I pray, amen.
This is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. I think there's a lot to rejoice here, a pretty good-looking group that came up tonight. So we want to welcome all of you to graduation 2018. We hope that you enjoy it. Thank you.
Good evening. My wife Donna and I, and I'm Dr. Hadley, we recognize this is a night for family. Not only the parents here to honor their children, the graduates, but we're here to honor your graduates' children. We feel this is an important part of life, and family is of utmost importance. And what we've done for those people who are medical students who have children while they're in medical school, we have a silver cup we give them. During the sophomore year, if they have a child by their sophomore year, we give them a cup at a special ceremony. So the kids you see here were born since they've been juniors, and we're here to honor them. And we're going to start with Casey Bodiford. Casey Bodiford's with her husband, Chris, and they have a baby daughter, Abigail Jean Bodiford, born on May 16, 2016. B.J. Kim and his wife, Jae-hee, have son Yoon-jae Kim, born on January 31, 2017. Let the audience see. Go ahead. Jesse and Kaylin Keeler, born on April 3, 2017. Grayson David Keeler. The cups have the name of the child, the name of the parent, and the date of birth. J.C. Lynch and Ashley Lynch, we're honoring daughter Addison Renee Lynch, born August 30, 2017. Just a second. And I have the privilege to tell everyone here for the first time that they expect a new baby November 3, 2018, and so we're here with a cup. Where are the grandparents? Are the grandparents here? Right there. Congratulations. That's an all-time highlight for me, by the way. Tyler Mishkin, wife Hannah, gave birth to Amelia Robin Mishkin on November 13, 2017. They're here with the other children, Asher 4 and Adelaide at age 2.
Oh my goodness, what a beautiful family.
Fasten your seatbelts, but born on May 16, 2018. To Marilyn and Joshua Wilborn, daughter Nora Catherine Wilborn, 1 week old. Absolutely amazing. And here's Brittany and John Ramirez with their child born 3 years ago, Carter. But they're expecting in November of 2018, so we have up for them too. Now, the rules are they have to bring an ultrasound to prove it there, and There it is, so we can get a close-up. And finally, Raymond and Marianne Krause are expecting on November 13, 2018. Look right here, it's twins. Open up the silver mines. Thank you.
During the last few years, we've shared so much together. Hours of lecture, studying, sleepless nights, and early mornings. We've shared birthdays, weddings, births of babies, beach trips, Christmas parties, and so much more. Throughout the victories and failures, tears and times of laughter, we've become closer than many of us could have even imagined. We prepared a slideshow to share just a short glimpse of the memories that we've made together during our time here at Loma Linda.
The mission of Loma University School of Medicine is to continue the healing and teaching ministry of Jesus Christ. The New Testament characterizes that ministry very succinctly when it says that Jesus sent his disciples out to preach the gospel and to heal. And the gospel was the gospel of the kingdom. I'm confident that graduates, you'll be involved in that ministry. You've been doing God's work as you've been studying. But we've all seen the many, many hours you've put into community service, working in San Bernardino, tutoring, mentoring pregnant and parenting teens, working in your churches, and many other things that amount to hundreds and hundreds of hours. And so you've left us inspired and encouraged, and we know you will continue to be a blessing where you are. The hooding service this evening gives graduates an opportunity to honor and recognize some of those who have guided and supported them. Now, if you're participating in the service this evening, you know that this has been completely unrehearsed. You didn't miss the rehearsal. There wasn't one. And so I'm going to tell you what you need to do, so it'll all be very clear. The program, if this program is like others, there'll be people that will be arriving because of delayed flights during the service, and we'll adapt as we go along. So there may be some modifications. The program lists the order in which the graduates will be hooded and who will be hooding them, except we will hood those who received baby cups first, for reasons that those of you who've had babies in church will understand. At this time, I'd like to ask the first 6 students who received baby cups and those who will be hooding them to come forward in the order in which you received your cups and form a line at the base of the stairs. We will start with Samantha Casey Bodyford, followed by Byung-Jung Kim, then Jesse Keeler, J.C. Lynch, Tyler Miskin, and Marilyn Wilburn. As soon as Samantha has been hooded, Brittany Ramirez should come forward and join the line, followed by the remaining students in the order in which they received their cups. Following Raymond Krause, who is the last family receiving a baby cup, we'll proceed with the names in the order in which they are in the program. So graduates, when there are 6 students in front of you, standing at the base of the stairs, please rise and come forward with those who will be hooding you and join the line at the base of the stairs. So when Jesse Keeler is called, it'll be time for Jonathan On to stand, and so on. Annette and Rosalind will be at the base of the stairs to guide you as to when you go on the platform. Stand by the piano until your name is called, and then we'll ask you to walk to the kneeling bench, and you will be given your hoods by Dr. Cotternies and Dr. Hayton in the way that it would be put on. If you get mixed up and get it on backwards, that's okay. Everyone manages to get their hood on eventually correctly most of the time. As soon as you've finished being hooded, and please remember to stand and walk the rest of the way across the platform and down to the base of the stairs where you will be seated. Now let me say a word about photography. Photographs are being made of your hooding and will be available online. If your families, if you wish to take pictures, we ask that you do so at the base of the stairs by the organ, so as not to block the view of the professional photographer who will be right here, or delay the time for the next graduate to receive their hood. Thank you.
Okay, Casey Bodiford. Casey wrote, "Much has changed over these last 5 years. My husband and I have both finished our degrees, helped to plant a church, and had a beautiful daughter. What has not changed is God God's faithfulness. He has been so good to us, and we are excited to see what he does next, especially as we move to Chula Vista, California, for my family medicine residency.
Byung Jae Kim. Before going to medical school, BJ worked as a model. He traveled to many different fashion capitals to walk down runways in New York City, Paris, and Milan, and was photographed for renowned magazines. During this time, he met his soon-to-be father-in-law and got deeply inspired by his genuine passion and work, an experience which influenced BJ to change careers and come to Loma University. The most memorable thing, he said, that happened during medical school was adding 2 new family members. He loves to spend time with his wife and 2 children and will be starting an internal medicine residency in Cambridge, Massachusetts.
Jesse notes that 2 events stand out during his time at Loma Linda University: his diagnosis of thyroid cancer with successful surgery, and the birth of his son, Grayson. He and his wife, Kaylin, are so thankful for the support of their friends, family, and the university during those times. They are returning to Boise, Idaho, where he will specialize in internal medicine.
J.C. Lynch. When not studying for medical school, J.C. enjoys home remodeling and auto bodywork. One of his favorite times in medical school was his 6-week mission elective to a small bush hospital in northern Madagascar. J.C. took a break in medical school to work on his MBA in healthcare management. He and his wife Ashley welcomed their daughter Addison this past August and are expecting a second baby this coming November. They will be going to Central Michigan in Saginaw for OBGYN.
Tyler Miskin. Tyler started medical school with a family of 2, just he and his wife Hannah. They now have 3 children, Asher, Adelaide, and Amelia. His wife and children are his greatest joy and blessing. Tyler will remain at Loma Linda to complete his residency in interventional radiology.
Marilyn Wilburn. During medical school, Marilyn has enjoyed being involved with her local community by being an active member with the Redlands Library's Adult Literacy Program. She has also loved taking advantage of the hiking opportunities in Southern California. She's currently looking forward to starting residency at Vidant Medical Center in Greenville, North Carolina, in the specialty of physical medicine and rehabilitation.
Brittany Ramirez. Before she started medical school, Brittany spent a year as a missionary in Haiti, where she met her husband, John. Their son, Carter, was born during her first year here at Loma Linda. They are all excited to meet their second child in November. She will be in the family medicine residency program at the University of Illinois in Peoria.
Raymond Krause. Raymond graduated with a bachelor's degree in nursing and worked as an ICU nurse for 3 years before starting medical school. In 2012, he married his wife, Mary Ann, who he had gone to school with since 2nd grade. On match day, they not only found out where they were going for residency, but as you just saw, we didn't know what day it was, but it was on match day that they found out she was pregnant. And more recently, they were happily surprised during their first ultrasound to learn they would be having twins. Raymond matched to the University of Florida Shands Hospital in Gainesville for a residency in radiology, which will begin after completing a transitional year at Kettering Medical Center in Kettering, Ohio. And we are going to take a pause now that we have the parents with babies hooded and let the graduates go back and find places to sit with their families before we continue. So we're going to just take a pause now. And Dr. Hadley, when he does this, he says that penguins can find their parents even though they all look the same. So I'll use your line, Dr. Hadley. And so we'll take a minute for that to happen. Parents, if you see your child or grandson or friend walking around lost, you might stand and wave. Okay, we'll continue with the hooding. Thank you.
Jonathan on. Jonathan would like to thank his parents and brother for their continued love, support, and patience while dealing with him these past 4 years. He also thanks his friends in med school for struggling with him so that he wouldn't feel out of place, and his friends outside of medical school for helping him stay sane. Jonathan will continue his training at Loma Linda in the medicine anesthesia combined residency.
Kelsey Alexander. While in undergraduate school, Kelsey developed a passion for volunteer work, and she plans to incorporate this passion into her career as a physician. One of her hobbies is running, and she accomplished her goals of running a half and a full marathon while in medical school. Kelsey's birthday is this Sunday, graduation day, so this will be the best present she could receive. She matched to a residency in obstetrics and gynecology at the University of Texas, Houston.
Hector Almanzar Ramos. Hector came to Loma Linda with 2 goals in mind. Number 1, finish med school, and number 2, find a wife. He is proud to announce that he met both goals. He is looking forward to his graduation and to getting married to the love of his life this June. He will be in the internal medicine residency program at Loma Linda University.
Emily Osawa-Pisakun. Even as a child, Emily wasn't one to be tied down. Her tenacity and love of adventure have driven her to pursue medicine and travel around the world, and to experience paragliding over the Austrian Alps and riding camels through the Sahara Desert. She is looking forward to her next adventure at the University of Texas in Dallas, where by the grace of God and the steadfast support of her family and friends, she will complete a residency in family medicine.
Jonathan Baker. Jonathan's interest in medicine was sparked at a young age by watching medical programs on television. He would like to thank God for leading him every step of the way, and his parents for their never-ending love, sacrifice, and support to help him accomplish this dream. Jonathan will be going to the University of Cincinnati Medical Center for a residency in neurology.
Carly Baruga. Carly has asked Dr. Schenkel to help with her family and with her hooding. It was 5th grade when Carly first declared that someday she wanted to become a doctor just like her dad, but that didn't keep her from also considering becoming an airline pilot, missionary teacher, and Disneyland princess. Carly states that her biggest accomplishment in medical school is being adopted into a special group of Korean students who have become dear lifelong friends. This June, Carly hopes to make her family, friends, and brand new husband of 1 month proud as she starts her residency in pediatrics at the Children's Hospital of Los Angeles.
Joshua Bautista. Joshua would like to thank his parents for their continued love and support, his siblings for putting up with him, and his friends for distracting him when he should have been studying. Joshua will be staying in Loma Linda for a residency in radiology.
Daniel Bianchi. After more than a decade working in Chicago's underserved neighborhoods, Daniel was thrilled to begin medical school at Loma Linda. He enjoyed the opportunity to learn alongside his classmates and treasures the many friendships he has made here. He wants to thank his wife, Alyssa, mother, Judith, and father, William, for all their support. He's excited to begin the next phase of his career as an internal medicine resident at the Cleveland Clinic in Ohio.
Romeo Belugan. Romeo says a big thank you to his family, friends, and mentors who were always there for him throughout medical school, as well as life in general. He is grateful for the opportunity to train in emergency medicine at Loma Linda University.
Jessica Blaza. Jessica will best remember her medical school years for learning how to snowboard and sushi dates with her best friends. She eagerly looks forward to getting back to her hobbies of performing clarinet and crocheting while she is at Kettering Medical Center for her transitional year. Jessica wants to recognize her parents and her brother, Jonathan, who just graduated recently from here, and also her grandparents, only one of whom is here tonight. She believes that we are all only here where we are today because of the love and sacrifices of those who came before us.
Kelsey Brown. Kelsey was born in Toronto, Canada, as the middle of 3 girls. She went to Burman University in Alberta, where she enjoyed the long winters of snowboarding and cross-country skiing. She migrated to Loma Linda, where she has developed an appreciation for warm winters and Mexican food. She gives special thanks to her parents, family, and friends, Julie and Luke, for their continued support. Kelsey will be starting residency at the University of Florida, Gainesville in family medicine.
Cece Boo. Cece's most memorable experience throughout medical school is gaining lifelong friends and mentors. She's incredibly thankful for the loving support of her family. She knows that she would not have the privilege of being here today without the tremendous sacrifices they have made. She'll be going to the anesthesia residency program at the University of California, Irvine.
Faith Calaminos. Whether climbing the cold Canadian Rocky Mountains, the sunny Southern California mountains, or the mountain of medical school, Faith is so grateful for the support of her husband, family, friends, and mentors. Now she's excited to begin her family medicine residency at St. Peter Hospital in Olympia, Washington, and of course, to climb the Olympic Mountains.
Alvin Cardona. Alvin and his wife Tricia are passionate about serving under-resourced communities, and they look forward to practicing overseas as they are part of the Deferred Mission Appointee Program. They enjoy traveling, the outdoors, and good food. Alvin will be training in family medicine at the Natividad Medical Center in Salinas, California.
Michael Costello. Michael moved to Loma Linda from Baltimore, Maryland in 2010 to join the combined MD-PhD program, and he is graduating now with his PhD in physiology as well as his MD, and with considerably more gray hairs. As 8 difficult years come to an end, he is happy to be surrounded by some of the people who believed in him, even when he didn't. He will be going to UC San Diego for a residency in child neurology.
Elena Chan. Having been raised by parents who came from China to Canada for graduate school with nothing but their books, their scholarships, and a few extra dollars, Elena is most proud of and thankful to her parents, Xiao and Shui, for the opportunities and support they have given her. She also thanks her husband Nelson for being her biggest cheerleader and support throughout medical school. Elena will be staying at Loma Linda for her residency in OBGYN and plans to use her skills to help women who have been sex trafficked. Melissa Charles. Dr. Melissa Stephanie Charles is obtaining her second doctoral degree at Loma Linda, the first being a PhD in microbiology and molecular genetics. She is a professional visual arts artist proficient in graphite and is preparing for her first solo show in Los Angeles this fall. She's also an avid runner and runs local races and marathons. She would like to acknowledge the village that made this endeavor possible: God, the Ottawa SDA Church, the Londons, the courts and family and friends, the Loma Linda administration, deans and faculty. Most importantly, she'd like to thank the patients she's met during her matriculation. She extends special thanks to Mrs. Valerie London and the late Mrs. Jackie White, who changed her life when she met them at age 16. She will be joining the anesthesia department of Loma Linda as a resident physician this summer.
Alex Chin. Alex graduated from college with a double major in biology and medical humanities. During medical school, she chose to spend a year earning a master's degree in biomedical ethics. She enjoys the company of her family, friends, and her dog. She enjoys going on adventures and is creative at heart. Alex is going to Scripps Mercy in San Diego for internal medicine residency, where she hopes that she can expand on her background in clinical ethics.
Timothy Chen. Before becoming a medical student at Loma Linda, Timothy was a pre-medical student at the University of California, San Diego, studying general biology. He enjoys making bad puns, good friends, and new clocks out of old library books. Looking back, he thanks God, family, and friends for their love and support. Currently, Timothy is looking forward to pursuing the cerebral field of neurology at Kaiser Los Angeles.
Ji-won Kevin Choi. Hailing from South Korea, Kevin has had a long and humbling journey here. Along the way, he has served in the Army, weathered the Canadian cold, made lifelong friends, and married his beautiful wife, Jean. He will continue the journey as an anesthesia resident at the University of Southern California. He thanks his wife, parents, and friends for all of their support and love.
Brian Chow. Brian will be specializing in radiation oncology at Loyola University in Chicago. He will remember Loma Linda by the memories he shared with his friends, such as watching Federer beat Nadal at Indian Wells, seeing Kobe Bryant play in his final season, and playing 52 rounds of golf in a single year without a hole-in-one. He's accompanied by his parents, Matt and Amy, from Richland, Washington.
Richard Chan. Richard wrote, "I'm thankful for the support of my family and friends that made it possible for me to finish medical school." Richard's experience in medical school was guided by the principles of work hard and play hard. Playing involves staying active in basketball and tennis. He matched to a residency in physical medicine and rehabilitation at Loma Linda University.
Robert Cole. Robbie is a non-traditional student who completed his undergraduate degree in the Philippines. Becoming a doctor was for him a dream made possible only through God's grace, the support of his loving wife of 8 years, his Terrasanta SDA church family, and of course, Loma Linda University. He is thrilled to be staying in Loma Linda for a residency in pediatrics.
Ariana Cunningham. Ariana bought a surfboard during her first year of med school, and even though she still isn't a very good surfer, she is graduating, so considers the last 4 years an overall success. She attributes her success to the community around her, her sister and brother-in-law who provided not just a place to live, but also a healthy blend of distraction and motivation. Her mom, who always made sure she had food in the fridge by buying way too much at Costco on every visit, her ministry team, who have provided a deep sense of meaning outside of medicine, and her second-year study buddies, who made the long days of studying manageable by supplying positive peer pressure, rowdy study breaks, and quizzing each other in fake accents. She is thrilled to match into psychiatry here at Loma Linda.
Alyssa Dan. Alyssa enjoys many different hobbies, including camping, climbing, knitting, caving, and baking, but her favorite thing is spending time with the people she loves. She is infinitely grateful for the love, encouragement, and support from her parents, sisters, teachers, family, and friends. Alyssa loves spending time with kids and is excited to begin her pediatric residency here at Loma Linda.
Daniel DeBartoleben. Daniel is in the Deferred Mission Program and is overwhelmed with thankfulness to the Almighty and merciful God for miraculously bringing he and his wife this far on their journey toward becoming medical missionaries. They are pumped and inspired to grow in character, demonstrate the love of Jesus, and share his final messages of love and warning to the world through the arm of medicine and nutrition. He wishes he could have his wife's name printed on his medical degree and framed copies of it sent to his mom, dad, 3 brothers, friends, and mentors, because he could not have done this without them. Daniel and Tirsa will be moving to Harlingen, Texas for a residency in full-scope family medicine. Congratulations.
Megan Dixon. Megan followed an untraditional route to medical school. Before starting at Loma Linda, she spent 2 years as a kindergarten teacher in Detroit as part of the Teach for America program. Her time in medical school hasn't slowed her down. She ran her first marathon during her second year of medical school and the Boston Marathon during her third year. She is delighted to start her emergency medicine residency here at Loma Linda.
Kathleen Dixon. Katie is excited to start family medicine residency at Florida State University in Fort Myers, Florida. She would like to take this time to thank the people who have supported her as she pursued her calling. Mom and Dad, family members and friends, thank you for your prayers, tireless support, and encouragement. I know it took a village to get me to this point, and I am so glad that you were my village.
Paige DeBalian. Paige loves spending time with her family, whether they're eating at Medeo's, watching Tom Brady and the Patriots, or going on family walks. She is continuing a family tradition beginning with her grandfather, mother, father, and uncle, all of whom are Loma Linda University School of Medicine graduates. She seeks to represent Christ to those around her, to be obedient to his will and guidance, for without him, none of this would be possible. She looks forward to starting her internal medicine residency at Loma Linda.
Daniel Dabrowski. Daniel has always loved music and playing sports, and even continued to play sports after breaking his neck in a high school rugby game. During college, he spent his summers working at summer camp. Next weekend, he will be getting married in Canada and then returning to Loma Linda to start his residency in pediatrics.
Yoon Kyu Dong. Yoon moved to California from Korea when he was 15, where his first academic task was learning English. After graduating from the University of California, Irvine, he spent a year in China as a missionary, where he realized his passion for medicine and also learned to speak Chinese. He's learned that patients appreciate efforts to speak to them in their native language, even if imperfectly, and plans to continue learning languages. He will be going to the University of Illinois at Chicago for his residency in general surgery.
Matthew Dopp. Matthew wrote, "Before medical school, I was a surf camp instructor for 6 summers. Some of my best memories have been mission trips to Jamaica, Mexico, Micronesia, and the Navajo Nation. During medical school, I married my lovely wife, Mina, who is also a medical student here. I will be staying at Loma Linda for residency in radiology."
Michael Downs. Prior to attending medical school, Michael obtained his emergency medical technician license. Some of his passions are sports, politics, and community service. He states his most memorable experience during his last 4 years was a mission trip to Chad. Michael is thrilled to be remaining at Loma Linda for a residency in emergency medicine.
Bogdan Dumitriu. Bogdan was born in Romania as the second youngest of 6 boys and moved to the U.S. 12 years ago. Through hard work, supportive parents, and God's grace, he has overcome many challenges to reach this point in his life. His love for God is exemplified by his compassion for others, and he's excited to apply this to his patients as he begins his residency in emergency medicine at Loma Linda.
Alex Erskine. Raised in Tennessee and West Virginia, Alex was transplanted to sunny California for medical school to be with both of his amazing older sisters, who are now residents in obstetrics and gynecology and are here on the platform with him. Alex wrote, "I would like to especially thank my parents for unwavering support, my friends for being there through the good and the bad, and God." Alex is completing his intern year at Loma Linda and pursuing internal medicine.
Oluwatosin Fawibe. Tosin wrote, "I was born and raised in Ife, Nigeria, and immigrated to the U.S. with my family in 2005. Prior to starting medical school, I was a registered nurse for 6 years. I enjoy spending time with my loving and supportive wife, as well as watching and playing soccer, a la Madrid. I aspire to use my training to one day improve the healthcare services in Nigeria." Tosin matched to Riverside Community Hospital in Riverside for a residency in general surgery.
Andrew Fukuda. Andy's greatest joy comes from spending time with his wife, Kayla, and his son, Levi. He gives credit to God, his parents, and his family for success in making it through the combined MD-PhD program. He will graduate with both degrees this Sunday. His father is his greatest role model, and Andy strives to be the same kind of role model for Levi. He is ecstatic to be going to Brown University for psychiatry with the goal of academic child psychiatry.
Colin Garner. During medical school, Colin has been blessed with living with the two most beautiful women he knows. One being his wife, Morgan, who will be graduating from the School of Medicine next year, and the other, his 2-year-old cat. The three of us share a common passion in taking naps, and I hope to share that with my patients in the future through anesthesia. Colin will be doing his transitional year at Loma Linda and then his advanced program in anesthesiology at Ohio State University in Columbus.
Joshua Gensler. Joshua wrote, "I am probably most famous for my participation in a diverse range of extracurricular activities, including becoming an accomplished painter during medical school, playing multiple instruments, piano and organ, and staying active as a runner, climber, and backpacker. I'm very excited to be returning to my native Pacific Northwest for internal medicine at St. Providence St. Vincent in Portland, Oregon."
Ryan Gill. Throughout medical school, Ryan has remained an avid rock climber and has continued to enjoy practicing his violin and playing with friends in chamber groups when time permits. Ryan will be doing his internal medicine residency at the University of Utah. He is excited about all of the hiking and climbing available in the Salt Lake area.
Stephanie Gondra Sanabria, who we're glad is here despite a recent mishap. Stephanie was born in Bogota, Colombia. Her mother chose her name in hopes that one day she would come to the United States and live the American dream. Today, she is married to her best friend and is living her own version of the American dream, complete with 2 crazy dogs. In July, she'll be starting residency in internal medicine at LLUC.
Chelsea Green. Chelsea loves any and everything high energy, which matches her personality. This passion has led to her winning numerous competitions with her debate team and drum corps, as well as a cappella competitions while studying at MIT. When Chelsea applied to medical school, she knew Loma Linda was a part of God's plan, but this New York girl never thought she would continue honing her skills in sunny California, and she is excited to start her internal medicine residency at Cedars-Sinai this June.
Shannon Greenberg. Shannon is from Almost Heaven, West Virginia, where she was raised by her parents Bruce and Sunita and survived her childhood in spite of her older brother Jonathan. By God's grace and with the love and affection of grandmas, grandpas, aunts, uncles, cousins, and friends, Shannon will be staying at Loma Linda for her general surgery residency. "Oh, taste and see that the Lord is good," she wrote. "Blessed is the one who trusts in him."
Victoria Hayes. Before she started medical school, Tori spent most of her days eating tacos at the beach with friends. Though medical school has decreased her time soaking up vitamin D, she still values time with her incredibly supportive family and friends. She thanks God for bringing her this far and trusts He will continue to be faithful in the future. Tori married her husband Jonathan in April, and they are ecstatic that they will be staying at Loma Linda for her OBGYN residency.
Anastasia Haddad. Anastasia said, "I enjoy playing volleyball, hiking, traveling, and going to Los Angeles Dodgers games. An interesting fact about me is that while growing up, I did competitive synchronized swimming for 13 years. I also enjoy teaching and mentoring younger medical students. I'm going to UC Irvine Medical Center for an internal medicine residency."
Alicia Hines. Since age 14, Alicia felt God calling her to become a missionary doctor. Knowing that she would need to learn to trust God in all circumstances she might face on the mission field, Alicia asked God to use her medical school experience to build her faith in Him. God answered that prayer through many struggles in medical school and showed her that He is always in control and He is more powerful than her circumstances. Alicia will be attending residency at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas for general surgery.
Luke Heiliger. Luke grew up in Northern California where he fine-tuned his skills in drumming and baking muffins. He and his fiancée enjoy attending Backstreet Boys concerts and spending time with their socially acceptable number of cats. He has received many opportunities to teach at the grade school, middle school, and high school levels, and hopes that these experiences will prepare him well for his residency in child neurology at the University of Utah.
Aldane Hoylett. Aldane is grateful for the experiences, challenges, growth, and adventures associated with his journey through medical school. He is also thankful for the support of his family and for the bonds and friendships formed during the process. While he will somewhat miss the landscapes and adventures of California, he's extremely excited to be moving back to the great New York City for his internal medicine residency.
Isaiah Horton. Isaiah wrote, "Mom and Dad, I can take no credit for this weekend. You've given and sacrificed so much for me to be in this position where I have the joy of alleviating suffering as my life's work. I am extremely grateful. To my brothers Elijah and Michael, my extended family, and the friends I now call fam, thank you. I love you to the moon and back." Isaiah will be moving to Bethesda, Maryland for a residency in internal medicine at Walter Reed National Medical Center. He still hopes to pursue music after residency.
Michelle Imperio. When Michelle was younger, she wanted to grow up to be a mermaid. Since she has not yet grown scales or successfully learned to breathe underwater, which she has tried, she decided to graduate from medical school while awaiting the transformation. She will be starting residency in internal medicine at Loma Linda.
Alice Ng. Before medical school, Alice earned her master's degree in bioethics and married her husband and forever classmate, Kevin. After doing undergrad and medical school together, they will be spending the next 4 years as psychiatry co-residents at the University of California, Irvine, where Alice hopes to continue to explore her interest in ethics, palliative care, and psychosomatic medicine. She would like to thank her family and friends for their support and God, from whom all blessings flow. Solo Deo Gloria.
And now Kevin Ng. Before medical school, Kevin spent 3 years working in pastoral ministry and earning his Master of Divinity. Next year, he and his wife Alice will be co-residents at the University of California, Irvine Psychiatry Program, where he hopes to continue exploring the intersection between theology, neuroscience, and mental health. He would like to thank his family and friends for supporting him through medical school, especially his wife for waking him up in time for all his exams and even a few classes. This degree was made possible by her.
Alan Iwahashi. Alan wrote, "I entirely owe my success to my mom, dad, and brother's love, and friends, mentors, and the decision to never give up. I am so blessed to be returning close to home and church, and hope to still accompany my brother and friends for special music from time to time. I will be at Kaiser Foundation Hospital in San Francisco for an internal medicine residency."
Elizabeth Janevsky. Elizabeth matched to Florida Hospital in Orlando, Florida for emergency medicine. She would like to thank her parents for guiding her and helping her through every step of her journey. She also wants to thank Jonathan and Megan for cheering her on, even in the smallest accomplishments. Finally, she gives thanks to God for leading her in every step and for giving her close friends that have been her support and rock throughout her stay at Loma Linda.
Daniel Hoppus. Daniel wrote, "Miracles still happen. He's very grateful to God for this adventurous journey through medical school and the prayers and support from family and friends who made this possible." He said his dream of becoming a doctor started mostly in Africa, working as a volunteer, where shark diving, ostrich riding, lion taming, and waking up next to black mambas was just part of a day. After completing residency in UC Riverside in internal medicine, he looks forward to returning to Africa to resume those experiences.
Cassandra Johnson. Cassandra grew up on a farm in Iowa where she raised sheep and about 30 cats whose names all started with an S. She shifted from caring for animals to people when coming to medical school. While at Loma Linda, she has enjoyed running half marathons and connecting with friends. She is excited to have matched into dermatology at Southern Illinois University. She would like to thank God, her mom Lisa, Megan, Anna, Tessa, Katie, Kelsey, and many other friends and family who have supported her along this journey.
Brett Kaplan. Before attending Loma Linda University, Brett spent his time alternating between working and subsequently paying entirely too much money for school. But the result of this investment has been that he has majors in corporate finance and computer science and a law degree from UCLA with enough work experience to make him seem too old to still be in school. He is currently an Army captain and will be moving to Honolulu for a radiology residency.
Katie Kennedy. Katie wrote, "After growing up in Canada and going to university in snowy Michigan, coming to California for medical school was a pleasant change in temperature. Most of my time not studying was spent outdoors or hanging out with friends. Next year, my husband Brendan and I will be heading back to brave the cold in Ohio, where I will complete my residency in emergency medicine."
Eric Cow. Before medical school, Eric worked as a dishwasher, a waiter, a cook, and at a water bottling plant filling 13-gallon water jugs. Today he enjoys traveling, sleeping in, and a pleasant game of golf. He hopes to continue this modest life in internal medicine as he enters residency at Riverside Community Hospital.
Alyssa Kim. Before medical school, Alyssa attended 12 different schools in 2 countries, which is evidence of her enjoyment of traveling and of her interest in learning new languages and cultures. She is planning to travel this summer and wishes to become a medical missionary after completing her internal medicine residency at Loma Linda.
Jason Kim. Jason wrote, "I would like to thank my grandma for all the cooking and cleaning she did to help me succeed in medical school. I'm grateful to my parents and my sister for always encouraging me to be the best that I can be. After residency, I'm excited about serving overseas as part of the Deferred Mission Appointee program. Surprisingly, I'm still single and open to suggestions."
Kevin Kim. Kevin is from Arcadia, California, and graduated from Washington University in St. Louis before coming to Loma Linda. He notes that since he doesn't often get hooded, when he does, he wants to have it done with those who have supported him most by his side. He will be going to San Francisco for his intern year before returning to Loma Linda to complete his residency in radiology.
Lauren Kim. Lauren wrote, "Hi, I'm Lauren, going into family medicine at UCLA. I love the beach, volleyball, and my dog, Misty. I'm grateful for the last 4 years at Loma Linda and for each person in my life without whom I wouldn't be where I am today. I want to give an especially big shout out to the class of 2018. I love you all, and you're all my favorites for life."
Lydia Kim. Before pursuing a career in medicine, Lydia planned to be a violinist. She played for regional and state orchestras and had the privilege of playing at Carnegie Hall. She is eternally grateful for parents who supported whatever interests she had. One of Lydia's proudest accomplishments is having met her fiancé at the start of second year of medical school and still managing to graduate with honors. She will be starting her residency at UC Irvine in psychiatry.
Adam Koch. Adam attended the University of Nebraska and received a master's degree in cancer research from the University of Iowa prior to medical school. He enjoys endurance sports and competes in marathons and triathlons. He matched to a residency in internal medicine at the Mayo Clinic in Rochester, Minnesota.
Anne Cornquin. Anne was born in Wyoming and lived in Illinois, South Dakota, and Colorado before moving to Alaska, where she graduated from the University of Alaska Fairbanks. She loves being in the mountains, traveling, playing soccer, and doing anything that involves an adventure. She is passionate about developing personal wellness and sharing that perspective with her patients. She's excited to continue that journey as an internal medicine pediatric resident at Maine Medicine in Portland, Maine.
Lucinda Shervan. Lucinda had no plans to go to college, let alone medical school, until she had her first taste of global medicine during a senior high school trip to Belize. One of her current goals is to combine her passion for teaching and world travel by creating new surgical residency programs in developing countries. Lucinda is excited to start her general surgery residency at Loma Linda.
Andrew Kutzner. Andrew wrote, "I was born and raised in Michigan. I graduated from Andrews University with a biology major and a math minor. My lovely wife and I will be celebrating 2 years of marriage this summer. My favorite pastime is hiking with my wife Jenny and our German Shepherd Hans. I enjoy playing team sports and woodworking. I have made tables, benches, beds, a canoe, and various other objects. I matched into orthopedic surgery residency at Spectrum Health in Grand Rapids, Michigan."
And his sister, who graduated last year, will be his boss in that same program. Dean LaBarba. Dean deferred his entrance to medical school for 1 year to take care of his father, who passed away from terminal cancer. He would like to thank his father for the sacrifices he made, which made it possible for him to attend medical school. The memory of his father inspires him to be a better doctor and treat patients with genuine empathy and care as a hematologist-oncologist. Dean would also like to thank his wife and family for their love and support. He will be going into internal medicine at Kaiser Sunset in Los Angeles.
Sydney Lacusta Wong. Sydney enjoyed growing up in rural Alberta, Canada, and she often misses the snow. Now she enjoys raiding Southern California fruit trees and having the theoretical ability to walk outside without a jacket on any given day. In her spare time, she finds joy in creating music or art, exploring new recipes, mountains, and ideas. Sydney is so grateful to God her clan, and cat Yuki, who have been her constant strength. She is thrilled to be starting her pediatric residency on Loma Linda on Canada Day.
Stacia Lamb. Growing up in a small rural community in St. Elizabeth, Jamaica, Stacia was inspired by the physicians in the area and how cherished their services were to the underserved. She knew at an early age that she wanted to be a physician, and at the age of 18, she bade her family goodbye and moved to the United States to pursue this calling. Stacia enjoys being outdoors, playing the guitar, and spending quality time with her husband and cats, Twibby and Mickey. In July, she will be going to Oregon Health and Sciences University for neurology.
Tessa Lamberton. Tessa wrote, "My inspiration for going into medicine was spending time with my father, a cardiologist. He helped me immensely on my journey into and through medical school, from discussing patient scenarios to reading EKGs for my internal medicine team when we needed help. However, my real strength came from my mom, who taught me how to work and study hard, how to be a true servant, and listen to my many frustrated and discouraged phone calls. I am so glad to be able to share this weekend with both of them. I matched into general surgery at Harbor UCLA."
Melgery Launio. Joy cannot comprehend how far she has come, and that she can only imagine how far she will go. She is amazed that she, a daughter of Filipino-Canadian immigrants, has been able to travel across the world, study art and languages, and miraculously earn a degree in medicine. She added that to give a fair picture, she's also amazed people by her ability to eat large quantities of chocolate and binge-watch Netflix. She has been tremendously blessed by God, her family, and friends. Her aim is to continue to serve God during her residency in the field of psychiatry at Loma.
Brian Lee. Prior to coming to Loma Linda, Brian spent 4 years at the University of California, San Francisco, where he earned his Doctor of Dental Surgery degree. Now that he has completed his MD, he will be staying in Loma Linda for the oral maxillofacial surgery program. He writes, "I'm very thankful to my family who has supported me throughout this journey. I'm also very thankful to my friends, Acacia Geishas, who I have met and grown to love in medical school."
Christine Lee. During her early years at Andrews University, Christine considered studying theology as well as other fields, but her enjoyment of science courses solidified her decision to have her life be of service as a physician. She would like to thank her friends and family and mentors for supporting her throughout medical school, and she's grateful for the opportunity to become an anesthesiologist at Loma Linda University.
Christopher Lee. Christopher said 10 years ago, if someone told my parents that I would be going to medical school, they would have laughed hysterically because I never studied. Even now, my dad expresses his disbelief that I am graduating, and my parents are holding their breath until I actually receive my diploma. It goes without saying that I will be making my parents very proud. I like to think of myself as passionate for my patients, willing to go the extra mile, and a lifelong learner. I match to internal medicine at the Kettering Medical Center in Ohio.
Edward Lee. Edward almost declined the medical school acceptance phone call from Loma Linda because he didn't remember the number, but he's very glad he picked up. His only regret is that medical school hindered his opportunity to become a full-time game show contestant. Much like LeBron James in 2014, Edward will be coming home to Sacramento for his ophthalmology residency at UC Davis, but perhaps with less fanfare.
Jeffrey Lee. Before coming to Loma Linda University, Jeffrey spent 4 years of undergraduate college at Pacific Union College. Today, Jeffrey's greatest enjoyment comes from spending time with his family and friends. Jeffrey will be in the urology residency program at Maimonides Medical Center in Brooklyn, New York.
Aaron Lerner. Aaron's journey to Loma Linda was longer than most, winding through the fields of philosophy, theology, where he received a master's degree in theology, and civil engineering. He absolutely would not be here today if it were not for the love, support, and perseverance of his family, who is looking forward to joining in Chapel Hill as he enters the internal medicine residency program at the University of North Carolina.
Britannia Limon. Before starting medical school, Britannia had attended 2 years of pharmacy school and completed a master's in bioethics at Loma Linda. Some of her favorite experiences included visiting over 25 different countries with medical mission trips to Cambodia and Thailand. During her travels, she met her husband, Cody Limon. Together, they enjoy vegan cooking and playing with their pets, which is a dog and a tortoise. She's excited to start her dermatology residency program at Loma Linda.
Vivian Lynn. When she was younger, Vivian had always dreamed of becoming a flight attendant. But once she stopped growing and realized that she'd never be able to reach the overhead luggage compartment, she chose medicine as her path. Her path will next take her to UCLA, where she will continue cultivating her love of teaching and her training in pediatrics. She's forever grateful for her family and friends for their support. Deanna
Lowe. Deanna is a native to Southern California. First and foremost, Deanna would like to thank God for his guidance through medical school, as well as the support of her family who made many sacrifices for her to fulfill her dream. For fun, Deanna likes to play tennis, hike, and read. Deanna is excited to start a residency in internal medicine at the University of Southern California.
Stephanie Louie. Born and raised in Penang, Malaysia, Stephanie came to the United States in 2010 and graduated with a bachelor's degree in piano performance at La Sierra University. Among many other things, her great enjoyment is spending time with family and friends, experimenting in the kitchen, road biking, hiking, playing the piano, violin, viola, and flute. She is incredibly excited about the next journey God has for her and will be starting her dual residency in family and preventative medicine at Loma Linda University Health.
Garrett Louie. Garrett wrote that he feels blessed to be a third-generation graduate from Loma Linda University School of Medicine. Before moving to Boston for his physical medicine and rehab residency at Tufts Medical Center, he hopes to get in as much golf and surfing as possible.
Matthew McDonald. Matthew enjoys fencing and playing PC games with his girlfriend of 6 years. That's what he wrote, but he told me that just a week ago she became his fiancée. They enjoy their pair of Shih Tzus who are very silly and very spoiled. Matthew wants to give special thanks to his parents and grandparents for making it possible for him to be where he is today. He will be going on to the Family Medicine Residency Program in Palm Springs.
David Macias. David's main love outside of studying the index of Harrison's is cycling. And in April and May, he clocked about 2,000 miles with close to 225,000 feet of elevation gain while biking across Japan and Spain. He's excited about the next 5 years at the Medical University of South Carolina in Charleston, where he will be an ear, nose, and throat resident.
Victoria Magloire. Victoria has dreamed of becoming a doctor since her early childhood days of diagnosing her teddy bears and dolls. Besides medicine, her passions include music, traveling, baking, and spending quality time with family and friends. She firmly believes that God has a plan for her life and cannot wait to see what exciting adventures lay ahead. She is headed to Nashville, Tennessee for a residency in pediatrics at Vanderbilt.
Zachary McCarty. Zachary would like to thank his parents for their continuing love and support, and his girlfriend Melissa for being the best friend and companion possible. He looks forward to raising their new dog Mila and playing golf whenever he can. He's excited to start his emergency medicine residency at Loma Linda.
Kelton Messenger. Kelton likes spending time in the outdoors with his family and friends and especially enjoys rock climbing and hiking. During medical school, he overcame the difficulties of a long-distance relationship and is now happily married to his wife, Emily. He's excited to serve God and his country as a naval medical officer as he begins his residency at Naval Medical Center in San Diego.
Christelle Mio. Christelle is a proud international student hailing from the beautiful island of Haiti. She worked for 4 years in a clinical laboratory in the Midwest and in San Bernardino prior to medical school. She enjoys gardening, painting, and lends her graphic design skills to many projects. Her most memorable experiences in the past 4 years have been having the support of close friends during difficult times. She wants to encourage all international students to always dare to dream. She looks forward to starting residency here at Loma Linda in internal medicine.
Hannah Myers. Hannah wrote, I enjoy trips to Disneyland, weekends at the beach, writing, and watching The Office. I'm an avid reader of the New York Times and listener of podcasts. Over the course of the interview season, I flew across the country 14 times. I will be going to New York City for my residency in radiology after my transitional year in Boston, Massachusetts.
Maylene Nambella Barlow. Maylene wrote that she enjoys traveling, camping, hiking, and about any outdoor activity that can enable her to enjoy her true passion, eating. More seriously, what is most important to her is experiencing life with her friends and family. Her life is what it is today because of the enormous support and love around her. Maylene will be at the Riverside Community Hospital for a residency in family medicine.
Zipe Ndube. Growing up the daughter of a diplomat has been nothing short of an adventure. Living in Japan, Ethiopia, Zimbabwe, United States, and now graduating from Loma Linda has been a wild ride. Mama and Papa, look, we did it. This would not have been possible if you'd not trusted me and given me the freedom to follow this journey. Thank you for being vulnerable and involving us in your spiritual life. Together we endured, sought solutions, earnestly prayed, and waited, and still had a lot of laughs. If it wasn't for that, because of these experiences, I would not be where I am now. I'm graduating medical school, entering my pre-year limb in surgery at Loma Linda. It started from the village, now we're here.
Alan Nedley. Alan Nedley, even at age 3, loved tools and loved to fix anything that was broken. He also loves the outdoors and thoroughly enjoys mountain biking, snowboarding, and backpacking. Alan loves working for the disadvantaged in the mission field, and he served in Chad and Haiti during medical school. He is getting married to the love of his life, Laura, in 2 weeks, and he will be starting orthopedic residency since they have the coolest tools here at Loma Linda University.
Claire Nelson. Claire's formal education started in a one-room country schoolhouse in Montana. Her informal education growing up included learning to drive a stick shift on the family farm and exploring the Lewis and Clark National Forest. She will be continuing her journey as a family medicine resident at Soin Medical Center, which is part of the Kettering Health Network in Ohio.
Laura Opgard. Laura enjoys the outdoors and has interests in pulmonology and global health. Prior to attending medical school, she worked as a medical assistant and went on several mission trips. Part of her inspiration for pursuing medicine was her father's illness, and she credits both her parents for her success. She can't wait to move to Portland, Oregon to train in internal medicine at Oregon Health Science University, and where she will continue to explore all that nature has to offer.
Kunal Patel. Kunal has been a Loma Linda local for his entire life, from kindergarten through residency, with the exception that he graduated from Pacific Union College in Angwin, California, where he majored in business administration. He will continue his Loma Linda education with a residency in internal medicine.
Jennifer Palderai. Jen likes to spend her time connecting with people, whether they are patients, cashiers, or fellow students. Recognizing that every person has an awesome story is one of the things that makes life special to her. Jen will be pursuing her residency training in neurology at George Washington University in Washington, D.C.
Carolyn Pierce. Carolyn came to the field of medicine through an interest in public health and international relations. She has worked in East Africa and currently has relatives and friends all over the world. She's also one of the few people who's ridden her bike, who's come to medical school here, who has ridden her bike from Baltimore to Seattle. She's excited to continue pursuing her interest in global health, exploring the world, cultivating friendships in her next stage of medical training. She will be moving to Ventura, California to start training in family medicine at Ventura County Medical Center.
Brandon Peplinski. Brandon is originally from Minnesota, the oldest of 4 siblings, and he is grateful to have had so much lifelong support from his parents. He enjoyed his time at Loma Linda, particularly the great friends he made, the supportive community, the great soccer, and the meeting of his significant other, Ivana, who is a pediatric resident here. He developed a passion for public health during medical school and is excited for the next stage of his training, where he will enter an internal medicine residency at the University of Washington, Seattle.
Sarah Pepra.
Hi, Brandon.
Sarah wrote, "My name is Sarah Pepra, and I'll be heading back to New York Medical Center, Westchester for an OB-GYN residency. I love baking, African dancing, and plan to be a future contestant on Survival, Alliances and Blindsides, pretty much medical school part 2. I'm so thankful for the friends I made here, and I can't wait to celebrate the rest of our milestones with Martinelli's, of course."
Michael Rea. Michael would like to thank his parents, Armstrong and Amy Rea, for their hard work and countless sacrifices, as well as his brother, sister, and the rest of the family, because without them, he would not be where he is today. Michael will be moving to the White Memorial Medical Center in Los Angeles for a residency in internal medicine.
Yon Risovas. Medical school has brought many joys to Yon. He married his high school sweetheart, won 5 intramural soccer jerseys, and drove across the country for the first time. He enjoys spending time outdoors in competitive sports and going to concerts. He will return to Florida for emergency medicine residency at Florida Hospital, East Orlando, and hopes to not be eaten by alligators. He thanks God, his wife, parents, and friends for their continued support.
Cade Ritchie. Cade was born and raised in Vancouver, Canada, before heading across the border to complete undergraduate and graduate degrees at Stanford University. While at Loma Linda, he undertook international surgical field service in Papua New Guinea and mentored high school, elementary school students in San Bernardino, and twice hoisted the intramural Division I soccer trophy. He's excited to be starting a residency in urologic surgery at Loma Linda. He would like to thank his parents, Michael and Alexander, his wife, Maya, Brandon, Ross, and Leo, who were his roommates before Maya, for their unwavering support in the face of challenges of the past 5 years.
Christian Robbins. Christian can often be found losing himself in the imaginary world of his books, but he also enjoys experiencing the wonders of this world. An avid downhill skier since he was 3, he also enjoys swimming and hiking with friends. He's just returned from a 6-week journey around Europe and is excited to return home to Eastern Washington for a residency in family medicine at Catholic Medical Center in Richland.
Stephanie Sanders. Stephanie is the definition of a Loma Linda lifer. She was born at the Loma Linda University Medical Center. She went to the Children's Center for preschool. She went to Loma Linda Academy for all 12 years. She finished her undergraduate education at Loma Linda University and, of course, attended medical school at Loma Linda University. She will bring everything full circle now by completing her residency training in internal medicine at Loma Linda University.
Giovanni Seguenza. Despite being a quiet person, Giovanni enjoyed interacting and going through the struggle at his medical school with his classmates. He feels everyone he personally interacted with helped him become a better person. Above all, he's grateful to God, his family, his fiancée, her family, and friends for supporting him on the journey. He matched to an anesthesiology program at Loma Linda.
Rebecca Sipma. Rebecca's decision to enter the medical field was heavily influenced by the missionaries in Central America that she worked with during college and her community development courses at Covenant College. She is grateful for the clinical training she has received at Loma Linda and for the opportunity to work in Guatemala and Peru during medical school. She looks forward to a career working with international populations in some capacity with the Lord willing. Rebecca will continue her training in neurology at the University of California, San Diego.
Andrew Song. Andrew wrote that he's the kind of person who enjoys scenic routes more than shortcuts. Well, it took him nearly a decade to finish both his MD and his PhD, and he's graduating with both this weekend. He looks forward with excitement to spending the next several years here in the neurosurgery residency program. He would like to thank his beautiful wife, amazing mother, and brother for making him feel younger than he is by letting him do activities his peers would not dare to do.
Nicole Spady. Nicole is the 7th person from her family to graduate from Loma Linda School of Medicine. She is here today because of the sacrifice of her teacher, who happened to be her mom, and because of the continual inspiration to go into medicine from her dad. Nicole will be getting married in 1 week and then returning to Loma Linda for a residency in obstetrics and gynecology, where she hopes to use her practice as an amazing opportunity to help spread Jesus' love.
Luke Spear. Luke was originally planning to become a speech-language pathologist, but switched to medicine shortly before completing his degree in speech-language and hearing sciences. His most memorable experience since starting medical school took place this past January when he married his wife Emily after dating for nearly 8 years. He will be completing a preliminary year in medicine here at Loma Linda before moving to Los Angeles to complete a radiology residency at the University of Southern California.
Morgan Stefan. Morgan wrote, I'm from Enumclaw, Washington, and moved to Loma Linda after graduating from Walla Walla University. True to my Pacific Northwest roots, I spent the majority of medical school camped out in coffee shops across Southern California. One of the best things about medical school was that I got to do it alongside my partner, Stephen Tan. I will be leaving the West Coast to start a neurology residency at the University of Virginia.
Andrew Sumnicht. As a four-year member of his college swim team, Andrew continued to make athletics a priority during medical school. He completed multiple half marathons, a marathon, and this past March, an Ironman. He dedicates his medical school success to his wife, Nicole, who has been his greatest source of support. Andrew will be an internal medicine resident here at Loma Linda for next year, and from there, go on to an ophthalmology residency.
Stephen Tan. Stephen is happy to follow in his father and grandfather's footsteps by graduating from Loma Linda School of Medicine. He has enjoyed eating his weight in Cha-Cha's Burritos and Habit Burger and making friends along the way. Stephen will be starting his physical medicine and rehabilitation residency with an intern year at Loma Linda before joining his girlfriend, Morgan Stefan, at the University of Virginia.
Eric Thordarson. Eric wrote, I want to say thank you to all of the people who supported me through this long journey and whose support I know I will continue to need in the future. Special thanks to my parents and my sister. I would like to wish her the best of luck as she starts law school this fall. Eric will remain at Loma Linda for a transitional year and plans to continue in psychiatry.
Stephanie Tribal. Stephanie graduated from Loma Linda University with a degree in clinical laboratory science prior to starting medical school. And we are going to give her family an opportunity here. Today, Stephanie's greatest enjoyment comes from fellowship with family and friends, as well as spending time outdoors. Stephanie is overjoyed to be joining the pediatric residency program at Loma Linda University.
Justin Tuitt. Justin was born and raised in Loma Linda and attended La Sierra University for undergraduate. So he said, I've been in the area my whole life. In my free time, I enjoy singing and playing guitar. I led multiple worships during medical school. I will be moving with my wife, Emily, who I married on April 15, to Kettering, Ohio, to begin my family medicine residency.
Daniel Udrea. They say timing is everything. Danny is not sure how this happened, but he is graduating on the 30th anniversary of his mother graduating from Loma Linda University School of Medicine. He is grateful for his parents' support, the friends and mentors he had made at Loma Linda, and overall, God's guidance throughout medical school. Danny will be staying here at Loma Linda to complete a residency in emergency medicine and plans to teach here in the future.
April Vasantachart. April wants to thank her parents, siblings, and Jonathan for their guidance and encouragement. She says that she would not be here without their tolerance of her quirks and passions for exploration, medicine, physics, and odd hobbies. In July, she wishes everyone to be healthy as she will be starting her preliminary year at Loma Linda, then radiation oncology at the University of Southern California.
William Verlinden. William enjoys traveling with his family and likes to joke around with his brother Daniel and ruin family moments, he says. Still, he says to his family that he loves you guys very much. This weekend, he receives his second doctoral degree from Loma University. His first degree was from the School of Dentistry, where he earned his DDS in 2015. He will be continuing in the Loma Linda Oral and Maxillofacial Surgery program after graduation.
Logan Villarreal. Logan wrote, I am currently the only physician in my family, but have been inspired to practice gentle, mission-minded medicine by my grandfather, who passed away a decade ago. I hope to bring beauty to the world through good medicine, photography, and service to others. The support of family and close friends has made medical school an unforgettable, life-changing experience. I'm excited to match into family medicine at Sacred Heart Medical Center and Children's Hospital in Spokane, Washington.
Joshua Wendt. In addition to medicine, Joshua enjoys making music, leading worship, traveling, exploring national parks, playing basketball, running, cycling, snow skiing, and spending meaningful time with family and friends. This past April, he spent over a month in his ancestral country of Peru studying and practicing the Spanish language so he can better serve his future patients. He will be staying here at Loma Linda University to complete a residency in family medicine.
Jacob West. Jacob wrote, I grew up in Boise, Idaho, where I spent much of my childhood enjoying beautiful mountains and lakes with my family. I'm the oldest of 4 siblings. One of my brothers is a third-year medical student at Loma Linda. My father is an OB-GYN physician and has been one of the most influential people throughout my pursuit of a career in medicine. In my spare time, I enjoy running, cycling, camping, skiing, playing, and volleyball with my brothers. I will be heading to Ventura County Medical Center for a residency in family medicine.
Anna Viatic. Anna wrote, before medical school, I volunteered for a year in Chad and taught English for a year in Poland. My favorite memories over the last 4 years have been the travels and outdoor adventures that I could continue to experience. In July, I'm excited for what God has in store for me as I start family medicine residency in Chicago.
Allison Wong. Allison is very grateful to her parents, Wilson and Karen, for instilling in her a desire for learning and hard work. She would like to thank them for their unbridled support and encouragement and for exemplifying unconditional love and selflessness. She's excited to be staying at Loma Linda for her residency in general surgery.
Michael Woodruff. Michael married his wife Mindy just 10 days before starting medical school, which was the best decision he ever made. Always ready for road trips around the United States and traveling internationally, they had the opportunity to go to a mission hospital in Zambia this spring. Michael wants to thank his parents for their encouragement and support, and especially Mindy for her constant support, which helped him thrive during medical school. They will be going back home to Spokane, Washington for his training in family medicine.
David Wooten. David enjoys watching sports and exercising. One of his favorite memories during medical school was completing the Tough Mudder with his classmates in his first year. David is happy to be training close to home so he can attend Hawks and Falcons games, but will miss the amazing burritos in California. He'll be going to the University of Alabama, Birmingham for a residency in internal medicine.
Anna Yap. Anna has always been a typhoon of passion and interests that have especially blossomed during medical school as she has advocated for patients and healthcare providers which she hopes will continue into her future practice. Without a doubt, she is thankful for the love and support she has had from her immigrant parents, Jen and Bernard, and her partner Michael in all her endeavors. She's excited to start the next chapter in life at the University of California, Los Angeles, with a residency in emergency medicine.
Daniel Yu. Daniel would like to thank God and his family and friends and his mentors through medical school for all of their encouragement and support. He's grateful for the opportunity to become an internist at the University of Arizona.
Jennifer Zambales. Jennifer has written, "Hi, Mom and Dad. You are on this stage with me because were it not for your relentless prayer, financial sacrifice, and unwavering support, I would not be here tonight. To my family and the friends I made along the way, in a journey you can't recreate, y'all are my rock and the sunshine on my shoulders. Even with a lifetime of gratitude, my thanks would still fall short." Jennifer is excited for long distance with her med school bow to be over as she starts her emergency medicine training at Wright State University in Kettering, Ohio.
Trevor Silva. The greatest graduation gift Trevor could receive would be Liverpool lifting the trophy tomorrow. He's thankful for his family's support and for Loma University for allowing him to participate in this week's graduation ceremonies. A California native, he's happy to return to train at general surgery at Riverside University Health System in Moreno Valley. That's good.
Please bow your heads with me as we close. Father God, thank you so much for the guiding, the leading, and the support that you've given each one of us as we've come through this incredible journey. And as it's coming to a close here this weekend, we just want to give you thanks for all that you've done for us and for the opportunity that we have now to serve as physicians. Please be with us on this journey as it's beginning. And please help us to remember to always look to you for strength and for guidance as we continue in the ministry of saving souls. In Jesus' name, amen.
You're dismissed. Thank you. We'll see you tomorrow. We have a baccalaureate service here in the church. We encourage you all to come. Thank you.